do. Welcome to another goddamn horror podcast, everybody. We have Graham here with me as well. Usually with these, sometimes it's just me. Sometimes we have Mary Beth on here, but we got Graham, co-host extraordinaire, the
I couldn't miss this one.
patron saint of the sleeveless, and we are here with one of our favorite previous guests, and he has got a really cool thing going on. And so Skinner, welcome back to the show, man.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I love it. I love to come back.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
great. I'll be honest. The episode we had with you, we had so much fun. It's still one of my favorite episodes.
That
Like
was
it,
fun.
it
We
was really cool. We just hung and talked about shit, and it was great. So
and
sure.
also, like, dude, you are literally the epitome of what kind of artists that we love, and like we want to put out more. And then when I heard this, I was just like, when I saw the PR release for it, and I saw just the screen grab of it. I'm like, dude, we're fucking in. Like, there's no way. Like, this is immediately without seeing it, we were already like, oh yeah, this is perfect.
yeah, the name Skinner holds a lot of weight here on
Oh
AGHP.
man.
No joke. I know Ryan is really bummed he's not on today. He's a
All
huge
right.
fan. So
We'll get the band back together.
absolutely,
Goddamn
absolutely.
right,
So
dude.
so tell us about our show with Captain Skinner.
Well, so the dude that I make it with, Alan Cordell, he's the director, co-creator. We had that. He's the guy that I made the first show with, Drawing with Skinner, for Super Deluxe like years ago. And during, like, I think it was during the pandemic, I was like, hey, so like, should we do something else? Should we try to make this again or do something? And during the pandemic, it was so we filmed like a pilot, and I was, and then years went by actually of me pulling together resources of like the Space Cowboy puppet, my friend Alex, and it was like basically pulling together like a lot of elements that I felt like would basically make the soup of the show. And because it's everything's about proof of concept,
For sure.
so annoying
Yeah.
because you can never get anybody to trust you until you actually make the thing. And so we did it, and I had I was riding Alan's ass to finish the edit. And of course, as you can see, the edits are nuts, right? And so I'm like, make the edits. And he's like, well, I want to be an artist guy and go insane, And I was like, all right, cool, whatever, man. But he's got like a family and kids, so I can't be riding his ass too hard. So during this time, as life does happen like this, I become closer friends with my friend Philip Gillette, who formed a production company for horror documentaries and weird shows and stuff with
Nice.
another guy named Will Battersby. And so they have this company called Etch, and they do documentaries about authors and weird, they're weird horror freak people. They're amazing. And Philip is the guy that did like the scripts for Love, Death, and Robots. He directed and wrote and created Spine of Night with his friend Morgan. He wrote that movie Europa Report. He's done a lot of
Oh
film.
shit.
Like, yeah, he's done
These
a
are all
lot.
great credits too.
Right, like an insane, weird guy, and he's wonderful, right? And so I kind of became friends with him, and he said, oh, want to do a project or whatever. And so I told him, let's work on something. We have separately been working on a Dungeons and Dragons stop motion film called Dungeon Crawl that we've been like in pre-production on for like a while. And during that time, what I did was I took the pilot that Alan had already forgotten about. Alan was like, whatever, like he was glad it was over. And so I sent it to the dudes at Etch, and I said, hey, what do you guys think about this? And they were like, we love it. Can we make a season of it? And I was like, sure, sounds good. And so they greenlit it. And then I just hit up Alan and I was like, hey, I think these guys want to make this show. And because basically, to wrap it all up. Sorry, long-winded guy, but
No, this is
nobody
great.
nobody in this world, like, you know has that magic bullet thing where like you make something and then all of a sudden it's like so extremely rare that you make a pitch that even gets picked up ever
Yeah.
anywhere, whatever. And so ultimately, just making weird art with your friends is so much more of like an avenue to get any satisfaction out of life.
Yeah.
And so that's sort of like the path I've chosen, which is the difficult, outsider path. But yeah, it just all kind of came together, and now they're all getting finished and people are seeing them. And it's been really positive to see people, I don't know, like it, because I think that the world's a nightmare. So it's nice to see
Agreed.
that, it's
To
like,
be
oh,
fair, it is a nightmare. It's a
yes.
full nightmare.
Yeah. And so like it's nice that people are happy. Like they're like, dude, thank you for bringing like a little bit of fun or a little bit of whatever. So I'm humbled by that. I mean, I wish the world wasn't a nightmare, but I'm just trying to hold on to the gratitude and just be sort of,
Absolutely.
I mean, one thing that I love about it is that like, we've done an episode with you before. We've gotten to know you a little bit. And like when I'm watching the episodes, I'm like, that's just Skinner. Like that's who he is. Like it's just like he's fucking around a little bit, but that's just him. Like, your delivery of things, your cadence, your everything. I'm like, not like this is him just put into like this surreal, like, space jail or
And
whatever you want to call it.
it's a really cool, like it's basically like what I said, like a weird Bob Ross. It takes place in space. It's got a heavy uh space ghost feel, I feel
Yeah.
like, like which
oh,
really makes me happy. And it
yeah.
just all comes together in just an easy, fun, like happy way. And it's off the fucking wall, but like you keep it grounded in
Thanks.
your own way. Like,
Well, and also like the art itself, like I
oh, it's
mean, it's
fantastic.
yeah, like the stuff that you're making on the show, it's not like you're just like making some bullshit. Like you're actually doing like full on like art pieces on this thing. So it hits multiple angles of people
Yeah.
that I think are gonna like it. You got the surrealist, you got the space stuff, you got a little bit of horror in there, you got the
You got the people that are
actual
trying to learn
artwork,
to actually draw and stuff and paint like you do. Like,
legit. Um, the other, I want to mention this though, because this is something that popped into my head when I was watching it, and I don't know if there was any like, taking anything from this, but it looks and feels a lot like the show Wonder Chosen,
Oh,
like in a
dude.
good way.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I mean, I only take that as a good way. It's like,
yeah, yeah.
that's yeah, like I could never, like I'm like, to me, that's like a huge compliment.
good.
Alan, the director, I think was mentored by some of those guys or one of those guys.
Oh, cool.
Wonder Shows
Nice.
and the PFFR people. And so like I mean, essentially that makes a lot of sense because Wonder Chosen is a platform that was mutated and surrealist. It's like
Yeah.
a children's show or whatever, like Sesame Street, but nightmarish. And so with
Yeah.
us, it's like this is Bob Ross, but nightmarish,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you saw, there was this sort of famous public radio, or I mean a TV show called Commander Mark. Did you ever see that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And
I
so
don't think
this is
so.
sort of like that too, like Captain Skinner instead of Commander Mark. And it's, Commander Mark's Secret City, where he's like showing you how to draw every week. And it's like essentially this like expanding doodle. And it's very wholesome. It's
Yeah.
very, yeah, he's out there. But yeah.
I do like that this one though, like you guys lean into the fact that it's adult, but like you also have that like again, this is where the Wonder Chosen kind of
The
thing comes
aesthetic
in.
is
Where
very,
yeah, where you've got like this, it's fully adult, but also you've got like this childlike wonder to it also. And it works so well as like a blended thing. And also, like I said, with the art pieces, like that's the other question I have is like what are these art pieces? Where are these going? Like, are they gonna be something that's going to be like sold? Are they prints? Are they going to be just a specific thing for the show? Like, what's going on with all that?
Oh, the paintings they're in the next room here, except for I think I have to give Alan one. I gave
Fine.
Braun from Mastodon has the ET one. And
Nice.
then but yeah, I have them. I mean, I guess I could make prints. I mean, I could sell them. I mean, we had a big premiere in San Francisco, and we had a big party, and I put them all up and stuff. But yeah, they're pretty fun. I mean, like I mean, like when I look at them, I'm like, oh, they could be better.
I'm sure
Because
you're an
I'm like,
artist.
I
Yeah.
literally painted them in like 2 hours or whatever. You know what I mean?
It's like
But
me
yeah,
rewriting a 5 minute joke 150 times to be like, ah, fuck, there's one too many words. Like,
yes, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, no, they're around. They're in the next room. I mean, I it actually inspired me to want to do more time lapses of like way more intricate paintings and drawings and stuff. So I've been doing a lot more of that I'm going to post. But
Cool.
yeah, I mean, here's the cold hard truth about having to be entertaining and funny while you're illustrating. You better not be working on anything good. Because it's like you're gonna have to talk like the whole time. I'm like the multitasking is brutal. You
oh yeah, dude.
I bet.
So does that mean that we're not going to be getting an art show with Captain Skinner live show where you're just like live painting on stage while all the
Dude,
shit's happening in the background? Because that would be dope. It would be
I
so fun.
would love that. That actually sounds truly like chaotic and insane, and that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love that. I
Yeah, I think you could pull that off easy. Even, just people would love that.
Yeah,
I
first we
mean,
have to have like a successful like big show though, I think, yeah.
Sure.
Like I can't just be like, all right, everybody. It's like I'm doing everything in reverse. Like
Right.
right, right. Just doing this big ass theater show. Like we got like a
yeah.
thousand views on the video, but like fuck it, you know? Like I think that's like it's cool though because when I was watching it, like that was the thing that starts popping into my head because like with me doing a lot of live performance and stuff with stand up, I'm
Mhm.
thinking of it and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking like there's so many different things that have been done within the stand up medium where you have these mixed media versions of what a show is. And sometimes they're like a huge swing and they're dog shit. But then sometimes they're a huge swing and also they're just weird enough to work really, really well. And when I was watching the show, I was like, okay, with like the background and with the way that you're doing the painting and with the way that you interact with the camera, like those things would work so well for a multimedia type of a comedy and art show. Like it really would. It would be punk as fuck. It would have like it's all the ingredients are there. So
Yeah,
when
that
we put
actually is interesting. Like even bringing somebody up on stage and painting with them and stuff. Like, yeah,
yeah.
this you're right. I fucks with the vision. I
Hmm.
see, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. I see it. I see exactly what you're saying. You have a mind for this. You could be the producer. You do.
I mean, dude, I was when I was watching it, that was the first thing that was popping into my head as far as like where this kind of a universe could go. Like
Yeah.
it is ripe for a live show type of a thing. And also like, there's all sorts of things you could do with that. You can like give the painting away to charity. You could give
Yes.
it to a super fan. You could do it to like, insert thing here.
Yeah.
But
Could do
your
like a raffle at the show.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. Those types of things are super cool. So
Yeah.
you started working on this, you said before the pandemic, right?
Well,
Or was it during pandemic?
the lost episode is from I had a friend that worked at Absolutely, Tim Heidecker and Eric Wareheim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So we
Oh, only
filmed
those
that
guys. Yeah.
we
Like
filmed that inside, absolutely inside. Use their green screens and all their shit and everything, which is to me was like a legendary ass thing.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And so we filmed it during the pandemic, and then the I was basically pushing, everybody to help finish it and get, all this stuff because the original pitch was this bigger production, like way big, like a set, not just a green screen room, but like a big set, big, puppets and shit,
Yeah, yeah.
like a full ass thing. You know what I mean? Not just me painting. And with celebrities and all this shit, like truly a pain in the ass. Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
and then I was
Sounds like a
like,
beautiful nightmare.
yeah, and I was like, nah, dude, let's just fucking do it, make it simple, you know what I mean? And the thing is for me, I really love having a platform to kind of just be like extroverted, obnoxious, make little jokes and all this stuff, you know? And so it was during the pandemic, after the pandemic was over or whatever, it was, um, we finished it and then I sent it over. I think that was like, God, was that like 2 years ago? A year, about 2 years ago, it was completely finished and I sent it to my friends. And then they were like, let's get it together. And then me and Alan, the director, creator, we just started kind of compiling like episodes. It took us 7 days to film all 10 episodes. And so
Oh shit.
5 days of me painting 2 paintings a day. So I was doing 2 shows a day, talking and painting and bullshitting and all this stuff. And then the last 3 days was talking to, God. We have Sky Elabar from the Greasy Strangler shows up as God
Oh
in
shit.
Awesome.
and we had like a ton of like skits and random extra stuff we were doing and everything. And so that was the last couple of days. And yeah, it was a lot in a short amount of time. But you know what I will say? You can actually do a lot of stuff if you're organized. If you really get like a good producer person, you can get a lot of shit done and happy. You can make anything. Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
Organization
for
is
sure.
it's super important with art especially. I mean, because like if you're going to be doing anything that's filmed or you're going to be doing anything that's like a presentation and not just you like sitting down and doing your art, but like an actual presentation, you
Uh-huh.
have to have that organization there because if you don't, you're fucked. Like it's
I
going to
think
be it goes
even
completely
if
off the rails.
Yeah.
even if you if like just doing the art itself, like if I sit down and then for some reason I have to get up in the middle of it, I'm like, ah, fuck. It's like now I've lost everything, like the
It
momentum,
throws the whole thing off. Yeah, it can throw the whole
you
thing off.
know? So like,
Yeah, you
yeah,
don't want that. You don't
no,
want that to happen. You don't want that to happen in the middle of a production where like
exactly,
you're in the room,
exactly. I'm
you're in
just at
the
home by myself and I'm just painting away watching skate videos or something. And I'm like, crap, I forgot to get water to go with
yeah.
this joint,
Yeah.
whatever. And then,
But if you're like, because we're in the middle of the room, I mean, as performer people or people that are doing a podcast, like you understand that um, there's a lot of what people are experiencing, seeing you, hearing you, whatever, and then there's the reality of what it's like to provide that.
Yeah.
And when I'm painting, I'm in a room and it's all quiet, and there's just a bunch of dudes in there and they're all watching me and they're quiet. You know what I mean? And it's
yeah.
like I'm in there like talking, I'm like looking over, like pretending I'm talking to a camera. I'm in space and shit. There's little kids or whatever. But it's really literally just like some dudes from LA like sitting there like looking at me like this. And I'm just like, all right, this is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
And
that's gotta be
I'm
rough.
like, and then you just try to think to yourself, okay, man, just hold it all together. This is gonna be okay when it's done. It's gonna be funny, and you just have to have a little bit of faith, I guess, which is hard to generate sometimes.
I think with art
Absolutely.
especially, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. But I wanted to mention the one thing I wanted to mention on this too that I thought was kind of cool is that like it clearly also a comedy thing. It's also kind of a little bit of a horror thing. It's also this multi-visual, presentation of all these different things. But also like you throw in a little bit of education in there too. So like there's these little nuggets of things that happen during the episodes where like some shit goes sideways or something and then a little bit of education comes in. Like there was specifically a part where like there was a little bit of paint on it that wasn't supposed to be there and you were like, "Oh fuck, I got to get that." Like you started like, thumbing it and then at the end of it you were like, "That's the thing about paint. You got to get it in time." Like that type of thing. Which I thought that was pretty cool because there are going to be some people that watch that and probably people that are watching it because they're either interested in art or they are artists, like amateur artists or whatever. So having those like little nuggets of knowledge to throw in there too is kind of cool. Was that something that was planned, or is that just like a thing where you're just like, oh fuck, I got to do this, that, and the other thing?
Well, I think that I I mean, you guys are nerds, right?
Oh yeah,
For
Okay.
sure.
So you understand that like having nerd knowledge or having like an obsessive love for different stuff can either like be fun or it can ostracize you from other people immediately.
Yep.
And so like I have
I
this
got my
sort of
ass kicked for being a nerd.
yes, yeah, that is well, now look at you. You're the king. They're shit in your champagne, right?
Exactly.
But like you know, the paint stuff is sort of like me, it's a little bit Bob Ross. It's like, what if Bob Ross was like a kind of a hungover dude or whatever. And so like I mean for me, I've spilled paint on my paintings and then immediately racing the clock to like get the paint off because and it's wet. I'm like, okay, I got whatever. And that is a real thing people should know, but there's a lot of nerd information I kind of drop in the episodes based on just like being like, okay, well, you know what? I do have an absurd love for all this weird shit. I'm just going to share it. And if it's too dry, then Alan can cut it out. And I just go because dude, 2 hours. Let me just tell you, if somebody were to ask me to talk about comics or horror or illustrations or dinosaurs or whatever the fuck, I could just go off on that.
Yeah,
But I'm like, but is that gonna be funny? I don't know. And
you
so,
never know.
yeah, but like also 2 hours of sitting there talking is like you gotta cover all the bases, man, because that's a long time, and it's a
Hmm.
lot,
Yeah.
but
We've had 2 hour episodes that were hilarious and 2 hour episodes that were just us shutting the fuck up and letting the person talk. Like we had that with Brian Usna, but it was like a 2 hour episode and we literally just shut up. We were just like, educate us, dude. Like, because that's what it was. But then
yeah,
we've also had people that we were going back and forth with for 2 hours and it was just like, oh fuck, we've been on here for 2 hours. So
right.
it definitely is like a give and take. Um, so the last real question that I have on this is what is the grand vision of Art Show with Captain Skinner? Is this something that you guys want to keep doing past this season or like what is the big vision of this? What's the big look?
I mean, that would be cool. Um, the grand vision, I mean, as far like, yeah, because I normally am just sort of like, okay, let me get my little project done first and see what
Sure.
happens or whatever. But I would say the grand vision, I mean, if I could choose it, would be to get like to have a show that was funded, supported, like, I don't know, on it streaming or
Sure.
whatever, right? Where because Etch has been amazing at supporting us and giving us money and doing it, producing it, but like to have it be sustainable and to have it be that everybody, because a lot of people are wearing multiple hats. Let's just say,
Sure.
you know how it is, and so
Of course.
but to have it on a show and then like I get to just sort of roll in and do one episode a day and then get that big money. And then I roll around naked in my money on the bed,
Yeah.
But no, but I mean, ultimately, the large scale goal for me is to have, monetary and logistical support to fulfill my self-absorbed, dreams and
Sure.
That's
so
perfect.
I mean, that would be cool, but I
Yeah.
also I also am realistic. I'm a weird dude. I'm not for everybody, and I don't know what will happen.
Well, I think you should be for everybody because you are one of the
Thanks, Graham.
fucking nicest artists. Like, honestly, a lot of artists are just, especially at your level, are just shitheads.
They're brutal, huh? They're
You know, and you're the fucking coolest dude. Like, we could hang out and talk about literally anything. I
yeah.
feel like music we could talk about. I actually wanted to ask if you are listening to the Barbarians of California.
No, that sounds good. What's
I
that?
think you'd like them. They're like a hardcore fun band, sort of. They're weird. Just check them out. Their videos are great.
I
I
love
I
it.
think of you sometimes when I listen to them.
Do you like Battlesnake?
I have heard
Dude,
Battlesnake.
I love Battlesnake. I love
Yeah,
Battlesnake. I love Teen Mortgage. I love,
Teen Mortgage is great.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, totally.
yeah. We could spend an entire
All
episode,
right,
but
I'll listen to that.
yeah, check it out, and then we'll definitely
Oh,
have you back.
oh,
But
believe me, we're gonna have a full episode where we
yeah,
nerd the
yeah.
fuck out on all that
And
stuff.
Ryan, because I know Ryan is just devastated that he's not on right
He's
now.
devastated, huh?
He
Yeah,
is.
he's
Yeah,
crying.
He's super bummed.
he's
Never gonna
super bummed.
recover.
No.
No, he will if we get you back on, which we will. So
I gotta come up to Portland and hang with you guys and see you do comedy.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
where. Well, we're in
that's
Brooklyn,
Ryan. Yeah.
Oh, wait,
but
you're in
yeah,
Brooklyn. Ryan's in Portland, right?
Yeah. Me
yeah.
and Graham are both in Brooklyn. So have you been watching any horror like recently?
Yeah, what was it? Well, I just watched Death Stalker.
Oh fuck yeah.
That's
Yes,
not really horror, but that's awesome.
Oh, it's horror.
Steven Kostansky, the king,
the king, absolutely.
the greatest. Yeah, I mean, let's see what else. I've been watching I've been watching like the the Island of Terror. I just watched that the other day.
Oh shit.
Do you know
I,
that film?
I know what it is.
You
Yep.
know what? And like I will say I really there is something so wonderful about the way old horror films are because the concepts are super scary, right? The concept. The execution is hilarious.
Yeah.
And I just really love that. Like, even like say Die Monster Die, where the whole, it's like scary and weird. And they're like, I have creatures in a cage in and it's like these Muppets,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I'm just like, God damn, I fucking love this. And
Hmm.
but the Island of Terror, with those weird glob turtles with the like snake
Oh yeah,
thing that
yeah.
comes out. And I was like, damn, dude. And I had this memory from when I was little about I was very afraid of those things. And I remember the sound that comes on the screen when it's like the sound they're making. And I'm like, God, it's so menacing and creepy. But like the fact that those things are eating people's bones through their body and leaving behind a jelly husk of a person, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Come on.
It's such cool shit. It really is.
So that's, that I would say what else? I just saw an amazing film called Pure Scum, an
Oh
Australian.
yeah.
And
I know what that is.
yeah, it's amazing and totally incredible.
Australian horror is some of my favorite coming out now because it's been like, I mean, I've always liked Australian horror, but it's been coming out more like in more volume
Yeah.
than it had before in the US. And they're always brutal, they're always fun, like even in a fucked up way. And like Australian horror in general is just has been fantastic.
Oh yeah, those dudes, the bring her back dudes or
Oh
whatever.
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
the
Whew.
Filippo or whatever. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
crushing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Wake and Fright.
I gotta see that. Yeah, I'm like I really want like a cool, you know what I've been thinking about. I want more werewolf type. I want like some cool, they like I haven't seen a good werewolf movie since like I don't know, like
Larry Fessenden's Blackout is pretty good. I
is
like
it?
that.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah,
very good.
I like
Also,
Larry Fessenden a lot. everything he does
I was
really.
talking to a friend of mine actually about werewolf horror because he brought it up. He'd seen some shitty ones, and I was like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of shitty ones out there, but there's like Dog Soldiers is like
Huh.
one of the OGs that's pretty solid.
The
There's also
Snowy
one
Hill or whatever.
oh
What was that?
the
Crap.
Wolf of
Wolf
Snow
of
Hollow. When
Oh,
yeah.
Wendigo. Yeah. Emma's
Yeah,
coming
dude.
in with some great
I know,
ones
yeah,
too.
she's
Dude, but
coming
there's
in
not, but I
dropping.
mean the werewolf from Monster Squad is still like that like looks so creepy. Its eyes are on the side of its head all crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I really still love Silver Bullet so much.
Oh,
Silver Bullet's
absolutely.
fantastic.
It's so good. Like
Gary Busey, hardest working man in Hollywood back then.
Yep.
but you know what was so cool was like his character of the like jovial, weird, alcoholic uncle guy. We
Yep.
need to have that, dude. We need more of these lore uncles in these movies,
Yeah,
dude.
absolutely.
One of my favorite more recent ones that surprised me was Werewolves Within, which was like it was like
It's
a
a good
horror
comedy.
comedy.
Yeah,
It was a horror comedy, but
it's good.
It's got Milana Weintraub in it. And
Yeah,
like everybody just knows her as the AT&T girl Lily. But then she comes into this movie and she's in it the whole movie. And her performance is fantastic. And it's fully like it is a horror movie, but it is a horror comedy for sure. And
yeah,
like the funny thing about it is that her personality is so like bubbly and
uh-huh.
like joyful that it's a complete, difference from from the horror that's coming into it. But that one was a good one. There was one that a lot of people didn't see called The Cursed, which was like a relatively recent one. It's fucking fantastic. I don't know
Yeah,
whether it's from A24 or Neon, but it's one of those.
I think it's
But
Neon.
yeah, and it's a fantastic movie, but it died in the theaters because it was only in like 100 theaters or some shit like that.
Really? Is that on Shutter?
I don't know if it's on Shutter at this point.
Greenbox?
I'm pretty sure it's on Tubi.
Okay,
Um,
I'll check that out.
but that one's fantastic.
You know what movie I've been like dreaming about remaking, or like trying to get Steven Kostanski to remake is that movie The Pit about
Oh
Oh fuck yeah,
yes,
dude.
that evil child who just throws people in that pit with
yeah, I
I
love
just,
that movie.
dude, come on. That's such a
Yeah,
good like an awkward, unsettling child who
the
just like
bad seed.
throws people in a pit. But yeah, no, I love that old school.
Fuck, there's a lot of people in the world right now I'd love to just throw into a pit and just be like, you know
Yeah, of
what?
course.
That's where you live now.
You know what like to me is unappreciated film is Funhouse.
Oh,
Yes,
Funhouse rules.
I feel
the
like
Toby
people
Hooper
don't.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like people don't like they're not, like I want to draw maybe I'll do a horror season of draw art show with Skinner and I'll do that monster from that, Funhouse guy. What's
Yeah.
his name? He has a name.
The villain in Funhouse?
Yeah, he's like it's like a just a man's name or something.
Fuck, I don't actually remember what
I
his
can't
name is.
remember now. Yeah, I
But
own that movie.
yeah, I was gonna say I own
And
that movie too.
Emma just popped in and said Toby Hooper is God, which I
Yeah.
Which is
absolutely
yeah,
agree.
like there's
Life
a
Um,
hundred
form?
percent.
Come on, dude.
yeah, yeah.
Lifeform's fantastic. Dude, there was so the one movie that I think we
Invader from
actually
Mars is a super great one
Oh yeah.
that I
yeah,
think it just reminds me of Skinner. Actually,
Yeah.
legit.
so
Yeah.
I love that.
The one movie that we almost always recommend people because still not enough people have seen it is Project Wolf Hunting. If
yeah,
Oh,
you dude, if you haven't seen
yeah.
that, fucking do it. It
You,
is
all
it's like the
so
best
good.
action, crime, sci-fi, horror.
right. Okay.
It's so fucking good.
It's like Con Air mixed with Predator on a container ship. Like
It's
it's
Korean. It's
insane.
fucking perfect.
Yeah.
So before we get yelled at by
Mhm.
Emma, I just want to find out um, where will people be able to see? Is there a plan? Like, how can people see Art Show?
Well, Etch has a Substack where you could basically subscribe to their Substack. It's totally affordable and you get access to an insane amount of awesome stuff, like just truly incredible interviews and content and stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, Etch sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Etch, Substack, and then that's early access to everything, and then they release the episodes a week later on YouTube, on the Etch YouTube. So go check that out.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Fuck yeah. And everything with
Oh, it's free. Okay, YouTube is free. That's what Emma
yeah, it
wants.
is free on the YouTube. And also, so just to make sure, they can go to the Etch Substack a week before if they
Yeah.
want early access to it, and then after that, it's going to be they come out on the YouTube. And right now, you've got what, 6 episodes out?
There's 6 episodes.
One of them being the lost episode.
Yeah, so you'll see the through the lost episode me figuring out what the fuck was going on, you
Oh, I
know?
watched it. It's chaotic in the best way. Like it's
Okay.
fantastic.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, man. Yep. So there was going to be all in all, including the lost episode, there's 11 episodes.
Oh shit. Okay, so there is. So the lost episode is an extra episode. I didn't know if that was going to be like one of those things where you like weaved it into the episodes or whatever the case may be, but it's an
Uh,
extra one.
yep, it's
So we
extra.
like that.
Yep.
And what's there's
So she was
another
so
First
also
Word on Horror, a docu-series, which
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
they
Etch.
interview a lot of authors and horror, like amazing, truly the greatest, like current, contemporary authors, horror authors, and Paul
Paul
Tremblay.
Tremble.
All
All right, yeah.
so many. It's crazy.
Dude, we love that.
Yep.
Sounds like we're probably gonna have to talk to the people at Etch too and bring them onto the show.
Yeah.
And
It's
get
good.
real nerdy about horror with them too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. That
Very,
sounds
very into
so
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know you've been doing the press round, Skinner, so we don't want to take up too much of your time on this one. Plus, we also got to save some juice for the episode with
With
Ryan on there
Ryan,
too.
yeah.
Just
And I want to give a shout
Sorry,
out to
Ryan.
Emma, who has been one of the best producers. I wish she
she's awesome.
did our shows too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Emma rules. And honestly, by the way, just this is a little side note. Emma has been great to us as well, letting us interview awesome people. This one just happened to be somebody that we also had on the show before, and we're like, oh, dude, we fucking love Skinner. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, and then we saw the show. So, yeah, everything you guys are doing is fantastic. The show is so cool. People absolutely need to watch it and support it. And I know that we've said like it's adult, but it's like it's adult, but in a very accessible way. Like I do want to mention that because like I know a lot of times with these shows that are adult humor based or like adult based whatever stuff, they can go a little fucking crazy and like this does, but in a good way. So like this is actually accessible to a very I think a wider audience than I think even you guys realize because
Oh,
there's really a lot of cool shit going on in here. So yeah, definitely people need to watch it. If you're into art, if you're
Kids
into
will love this.
absurdity, like legit, there's some
Yeah.
stuff in here that kids will actually really dig. Like, dude, if MTV Liquid Television was still around, like this would be the show that would anchor that. You know what I mean?
yeah, hell yeah, dude. Thank you. That's cool.
Absolutely. And Skinner, where can people find you specifically online?
Usually on Instagram at the Art of Skinner. I don't really want to do too much else. I guess I'm on Blue Sky. I don't know.
That's
But yeah,
funny.
Instagram's the most. That's where I'm posting my stuff. And then if you want to go on Facebook, I don't know why, but I have a fan page on there too at the Art of Skinner.
Nice. Love it. Well, Skinner, we're going to have you back in a regular show. We're going to run you through our new kill list that we have on that show, and we'll dig into it more. But for now, you've been fantastic. Thank you so much for giving us some of your time, and keep making this awesome, awesome stuff because
Yeah.
we are going to shout it from the rooftops, man.
Yeah, we'll be there at every step.
Thanks, Jonas. Thanks, Graham.
Yeah.
You guys are the best. I appreciate you.
You
All right.
same here.
My shoulders hurt from sleeping on the kitchen floor. You think you're right, 'cause you're always fucking right.